Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we are currently in a slightly awkward position here. Our manpower keeps fluctuating wildly, but I suppose that's fairly normal. So, let's see. Yeah, there's the day tick. Our manpower went up. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to complain about our manpower going up. Not in the slightest. Now, we've been making gains over here, and that's wonderful. I don't expect these gains to continue at a ridiculous rate. We have some organizational issues over here, to be sure. And we're going to continue to have those, I believe. And, ooh, what's going on here? I didn't know we even had territory still here. Okay. I guess that's fine. So, we're making gains up here, and actually off camera, I ordered that we move in here. There is a gap here. We can link up these fronts potentially. We'll see how that ends up going. But more than anything right now, what I'm worried about is we're getting pushed back pretty hard down here, particularly in this region. Now, we are relocating quite a number of troops. And once that finishes up, we might be okay. I don't know. We'll see. So we'll continue to tick forward here for a little bit, and nukes going off over here. I can't say that I'm surprised by that. If we go into our air mode here, we can actually see that this unit has no planes right now. And in fact, I'm going to bump that up to 200. I feel like that's necessary. Okay, and I also want to think about creating air wings for this army. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's create an air wing of, let's see, fighter 3s are somewhere around here in the list usually. Did I see them there? No. I really wish there was a search box for this. That would be very, very useful, but alas, there is not. Those are heavy fighter 3s. Fighter 3s, I'm pretty sure, are somewhere around here. We should have a few, right? Well, actually, I don't know that for a fact. If we go into our logistics here, we've got a surplus, allegedly, on everything, but I'm not sure how. Oh, this updated. In between episodes, this was showing a small surplus of fighter 3s. Now this is in agreement with what I was seeing on the production tab, which is that for fighter 3s, we need a grand total of... I passed it. The fighter 3s are up here. We need a grand total of like 4,600. Yes, this is now an agreement, and this was the correct number, so that is good to know. I think we're going to have to use jet fighters here. So we're going to put in some jet fighters, and we're also, that was over here, we're going to have that be 500. Yeah, that's going to take a lot of manpower to man that, but it'll have to do. We're also going to do some bombers here, and I want, can we go for like bomber 3s? We don't produce those though. So let's just go for jet bombers. Yeah, it'll hurt our manpower, but this is what we have right now. These are jet strategic bombers. We want jet tactical bombers. Rocket interceptors, strategic bombers. Right now, we're not interested in strategic bombers. We're going to use jet tactical bombers 1, because we have more of those on hand. We're going to use 500. We're going to set them to close air support, and they are going to go here. These guys are going to go to air superiority, and they're also going to go here. Now, we're not going to be able to fill that out. Well, we are actually, because those are jets. But that'll probably eat up our manpower very heavily. Let's see how that goes. We're definitely short on our fighter jets. There's no doubt about that, and we need to work on this. We could even think about bringing this up to be something like this. I kind of feel like this is important enough to do this. Now, we're not going to reallocate any military factories to this right now. And it also bears noting that our number of damaged civilian factories is improving. So that's really, really good. We are continuing to work away on these constructions. And honestly, I do think that getting these civilian factories is top priority. We need to get those done. So we're going to do something like this. Now, there are some regions that we aren't defending particularly well in our strategic air map mode. That's okay. There are some regions that we are defending well. And actually, let's see here, 97. Yeah, that's fine. 96, 97, 96. 200 over here. This is 0 out of 200. So we definitely need Fighter 3s. So ramping up our Fighter 3 production is non-terrible. We can also think about building a few additional military factories. And there are a couple of locations we can do that in. I'm not too interested about building there. That's in our client state. But some locations like this... Actually, this is in our client state. I'm going to stop that construction. Locations that are not in our client states, I'm very interested in. Okay. Are these in client states? Yeah, that's in Thundercross. That's also in a client state. As is that. That's not. That is. Okay. Game has frozen slightly here. Hopefully it recovers. Any moment now, Hearts of Iron. Okay, that was awkward. Oh, it canceled all constructions. That's very awkward, in fact. Did it cancel all It canceled all constructions. You know what? That's actually kind of okay. We'll allow that for now. And we'll go back to constructing here in French Guinea. And we'll construct these. And let's see, there was also this. Maybe this. Yeah. Okay. We'll call that good for now. Awkward, but serviceable. We're also going to need to put in anti-air, and that's kind of a high priority, honestly. Let's go ahead and unqueue that. We'll put that in at... Do we want that at top priority? We kind of do. Any locations that do not have maximum number of anti-air. That is a very high priority for us right now, because we do want to shoot down as many allied planes as possible. So let's go ahead and queue those up as a pretty high priority. This over here as well. Anything over here that we can get? Actually, yes. There we go. Something like that. Now, I still want to be constructing our civilian factories, but these will automatically do some amount of reparations. We're going to cancel that airbase for now. Okay. We'll call that good. I don't think it's actually good, but it's good enough for now, I guess. So we're still moving troops around over here. We are actually losing this defense here, and my question is why? It is because they're attacking with tanks into this infantry division. Once we arrive with these guys, though, that should, in theory, hold, is my guess. Losing this attack, but we have troops heading over. We have linked this up. At this time, we need to do a little bit of maintenance on this front line and have it be like that. Ooh, this is a nice encircle, actually. We're going to use this tank division to attack here. We're also going to attack with these guys, like so. I want to stack wipe these units, if at all possible. It looks like it's maybe not possible. Maybe not. We'll just regenerate our supplies here a little bit. And we are pushing forward towards Moscow over here. We're going to want to adjust this attack plan soon enough. Oh, we've got another one over here. Let's see if we can get rid of those guys. So these guys were barely doing any actual damage to them. That's definitely something to note. So if we were to attack over here, What is their actual fort level? 0. Okay. I mean, they are now starting to take some damage, so that's fine. Now, as far as this over here goes, I expect that we're getting pushed back over this way. Ooh, this looks grim. Technically, there's a connection here. But they're pushing in over here, which is going to cut these guys off. We knew that we were going to suffer some losses over on this side. That was always going to be a thing. Where are these guys located? They're up over in this center portion. Okay, so it's not this army that's causing it. We're going to grab a new commander, though, and we're going to put him in here. And one thing I would like to point out is that we can actually run a war propaganda. Now, we're under the effects of the bug, and so we're going to simulate the war propaganda. And the way we do that is by doing something like war support, and this is going to be 12% war support, because that's the overall amount that you'll get. Estimating there. We're assuming 4 per month for 3 months. It's may or may not be like exactly that amount. It might be a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on how many weak ticks you have in that 90 days. We're just assuming it's 12%. So we're going to run that, and then we're going to subtract the 75 political power that this would cost. Like so. Excellent. And you can see here, that didn't even bump us up to 1% war support. And that is, of course, because we have the enemy bombing and the trade convoys being raided. That's not shocking that that's happening. However, we now know that it's going to be, let's see here, May, June, July. So 29 July for the next war propaganda. So let me note that down. 29 July. There we go. Excellent. I say excellent. I don't know how excellent this really is. This should probably be edited. Can we edit this offensive line? No, I think we'd have to redo the offensive line. And I think we will do that, and we'll just have the offensive line be something like this. It doesn't really matter, but it can just be that. I'm concerned about what's going on here for sure. I'm very concerned about what's going on here. We do have reinforcements coming down this way. So that's fine. We do need more units in this army group. I do want to stack wipe these 3. I would love it if we were able to. I want to grab these guys and have them come in. I also want to bring these guys over. Basically, what we need to do is run these guys out of supplies. I mean, I guess that works too. It's one way to do things. Not a great way to do things, but it is a way to do things, I suppose. Okay, so this is happening over here. I don't necessarily like this attack, but it's not our troops that are doing it, so there's not a lot we can do about it. I'm going to redraw this line. And we're going to delete this, and we're going to have the front line, or rather the offensive line, now be something kind of like approximately this. Approximately. Okay. They can go ahead and execute that. We have lost a division over here. Okay. We're missing equipment production on jet fighters. That is true. We are. We're using equipment that we already had. I don't want to be attacking further over here, guys. Can you not do that? Thanks. In fact, we may want to just back off here. Order all of these guys back over this way. There we go. Get out of there. Don't worry about this for right now. Just yield that territory. This is interesting. Can you just walk out? If so, that would be amazing. We'll see if they let us just walk out here. Nuke going off up here. That's not shocking. Ooh, we've got an autosave. So that does mean we get a batch of manpower. That's nice. Let's check in on our... Ooh. We did not get very many bombers in this air group. Okay, well, we're working a bit over here, and how much are we producing now for our fighter threes? We're producing about 13.5 per day. Could definitely use some more. And we're working away at construction of these anti-airs. The real question is, how can we stop the push in the south? Well, to a large degree, we're still getting in position for this push. So that's a thing. I'd like this guy to push in here, grab this territory. Where are you going? You're backing off? Okay. They are able to get resupplied there, so that's not going to be a stack wipe or anything. These guys are not pushing in over here. I think we just don't have enough troops to man this front, if I'm honest. I'm going to pull some units from up here. So that's 21. That's 24. We're going to make them into a new army. We're going to assign them to this army group, and we're going to assign them to this front. So in theory, that should get everyone here into this order. And these guys should start moving to the front. Yeah, there they go. Okay, so we're going to get more troops over here, and that's pretty important. We also need more over here. I think that's pretty clear. We need to shorten this front a little bit and add another army up here. Now, that will not be part of this group. That's okay. So let's see here. Are these... Yeah, these are not necessarily garrison troops only. Be nice if we got some additional allied troops, but alas. That is not a thing that we have right now. Okay. Well, maybe just moving them up to this front will be enough for now. We'll see. Yeah, these guys are all part of this. We do have additional troops on the way. That's eating up a lot of our manpower. Okay, this is a failed attack over here. This guy's on cautious. This guy is on balanced, which is fine. But we clearly need more troops at the front. That is, I think, our current goal. How are things going at home? We have pushed up through the Panama Canal. That's nice. This army is about to grab some territory here. I suspect that's not going to last. I strongly suspect that that's not going to last. Although, if we were able to punch up through here... There's a naval base here. Okay, so they would be able to supply from these two naval bases. I was just thinking about maybe if we were able to cut the line, then we'd be able to starve out one unit of supplies, or one side of them. But no, that wouldn't actually end up working. They have a naval base on either side. So that's not really a great option. I think we're going to have to pull additional garrison troops to the line over here. I don't like doing that, but I think it's what we have to do. So let's pull... Let's see. I want to make sure that any of these foreign troops that we have in here are, in fact, in this. So we'll get these guys. These here. There we go. And we'll deselect down to 24. 26, 25, and 24. These guys will form a new army. That army will go over here, not as part of this army group. I want to get them separated. We could send them up to that army group, I suppose, and extend this line down. You know what? I think that's a non-terrible idea. So then we would just extend our front line down roughly the length of this army. So down to, say, here. Like that. And then once they get into position, then we can decrease this length. And that'll shift more troops southward. In theory. This guy's heading up this way. That's a potential encirclement that we can do on this tank brigade. I'm going to let him move. When will he arrive? Oh, no, he's attacking over here. Never mind. Okay. So yeah, we have units on the way. But I don't have a huge amount of hope for them, if I'm honest. How are we doing with our air coverage over here? I mean, in this Alpine region, things are grim. There's no doubt about it. You can see here, they have a lot of planes here. Quite a lot of planes. We don't have any fighters currently active here. Which is odd, because these 244 should be active here. Interesting. Okay, Russian Federation decrypted our ciphers. Speaking of which, how's our cipher going? 229 days on the US. Okay. Not great, in other words. They're pulling back over here. That's fine for now. So these guys are still a long ways away. There's no doubt about that. Ah, they've broken through up here again. That's actually fairly bad for us. To the point where I'm going to enlist this tank and this garrison unit into helping us out here. Okay. This guy's heading up to Königsberg because this guy is abandoning it. Thanks, I hate it. He's trying to make his way over to here. Is the problem. And it's because they pushed up over here when we've got this. Unfortunately, we have to do this. And then assign all of these units over here. I just deleted it. I did not expect the delete tool to be active there. Okay. Well, we'll just offensive line once again. Approximately. You know, approximately like this. Okay. Now we have units that are not assigned. Get over there, guys. There we go. And it's linked back up. Sure. For now, we'll just leave it like this. So they're heading into Königsberg. And yeah, this will be fine, I think, for right now. This is becoming increasingly dangerous, however, we can potentially send a couple of units out over this way. See about cutting this modern tank brigade off. Let's do it. They'll arrive there shortly, and the tank brigade will be cut off at that point. The tank brigade is heading up this way. That's fine. Okay. So now we have them cut off. Now I want to take everybody that is here and tell them, get in there. Oh, they just immediately gave up. Get in there. There you go. You too. Get in there. Battle will last less than a day. Not sure what that was. Somebody was attacking over here and caused these guys to retreat. That seems a little odd, but okay. So yeah, we need to get our forces lined up out here. They're just, a lot of them are not at the line right now for this unit, and that makes sense. We just put the units in. So we'll need to give them time to get oriented, and things like this are continuing to happen, which is unfortunate, but given the fact that these guys are, you know, doing this for some reason, because there's this tiny little order right here. Get rid of that. And these guys no longer have orders assigned. Okay. Get into this order. There you go. Yeah, man the front lines. It's a complicated concept, I know. Okay, how are things going over here? Interesting. Very interesting. Well, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to see if we can eliminate this modern tank brigade. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.